never had a theory. The Dogons never studied under nobody but themselves in nature. So would that be considered pseudoscience? A lot of people say that I'm an ex-con. I'm an ex-con. That's right. I'm an ex-convict. I'm an ex-con man. I'm an ex-street hustler. I'm an ex-gang member. But why don't I hear you all going at Malcolm X? Malcolm X was an ex-con. And many other so-called leaders were ex-cons. So is this personal attacks? Or are we using the element of the oppressor's frequency to keep each other down? It's like the crab and the barrel. We'll never get, that's why I say we'll never unite. We'll never unite because every black face is not black. It's not. We're busy tearing each other down. And again, when a person got enough time to take their energy and put it toward things that is not of value, when you could be using that energy to value yourself and your family. And I'm pretty sure that you all got family. We all live in the same world. And we all going through the same thing. So why would you use your energy to down another person? I'm in contradiction to a lot of people that I know, but I'll never do a video about it. I'll never use 24 hours out of my day to slander people. You know, so when we're talking about pseudoscientists, you must ask people or ask those who are making the accusations, what is their version of pseudoscience? Because pseudoscience TV 111, Osei Kufuor, I'm back at y'all again. I'm coming to put this pseudoscience to rest because it's not something that our ancestors used as far as the terminology and the definition against each other. Now, when you study the history of our ancestors, I'm talking to the people who use pseudoscience against their own kind, because the same people who's using pseudoscience as a defense against the people who look like them, they are claiming to be conscious. They love to put the ancestors in their mouth, not knowing that the ancestors believed in aliens. The ancestors believed in extraterrestrials. The ancestors talked to the stars. The Dogons communicated with the stars. The Dogons communicated with those who were known as the Nomos. So are they pseudoscientists? Let me tell you something. When people don't have nothing else better to do with their life, they will come up with anything of cheap frequency to try to take another brother down. This is why I say we'll never unite. Now, if I'm a pseudoscientist because I speak the things that the white man is not actually confirming. I mean, that's basically what we're saying. Because the white man don't confirm what I'm saying, that I'm a pseudoscientist. But isn't it the white man that the same people who is claiming that I'm pseudoscientist, that you say that is your oppressor or our oppressor? See, we have a psychological handicap going on. And when I say a psychological handicap, we tend to think that because we have our own theories, our own personal theories, to acquire within our own personal psychology, that we can down other people who have their own opinions. I would like for anybody to say that what I'm saying, to prove that what I'm saying is wrong. If you want me to prove what I'm saying is right, prove what I'm saying is wrong, and you'll get your answer. I don't have to prove it. Now, a pseudoscientist is a person who can't prove what he's saying. Now, if you all are so kemetic and so African, I ask all of you to prove everything that the Dogons were saying, because I know many of you love the Dogons. Prove to me that the Dogons, when they were speaking in the jurisdiction of being able to communicate with extraterrestrials, of being able to see other certain celestial star systems such as Sirius A and Sirius B, prove them wrong. Because there's no proof that they could do that. But we took their word, right? And don't make this a personal attack. It's not a personal attack. I'm just saying. Do I believe the Dogons, when they say that they communicated with other extraterrestrial celestial bodies within the universe? I do. Because if we spiritual people, then spiritual information is not something that you can get from a European. It's not nothing that can be proven through theories. It's something that's in your soul. You can just feel it. It's there. It's more than common sense. Why do somebody got to have a white man's doctrine or a white man's so-called degree to be able to be credible in the knowledge or consciousness that they bring in? That's the problem with us. You don't see Chinese people downing each other. You don't see Japanese people downing each other. It's only us. Why? Because it's personal. It's not about the scholarship. Because scholarship don't exist to me. Only common sense. I don't tell people to follow me. I don't tell people to accept my scholarship. I tell people to go do their own research. I'm not looking for followers. What I'm looking for is myself through my people. Because if we are one, then I can see myself through my people because we mirror one another. So how the hell can we keep running around calling each other pseudoscience? Especially the elders. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. You never left us with anything in the first place to be able to build off on, to be able to liberate ourselves mentally. So now you come out and say that we're pseudoscientists because you never got nowhere in life? It's never been in my blood to hate on another brother. Anybody that I've ever came into contact with, anybody that I've ever did a video with or a lecture with, I've always picked them up. I've never downed my people. I would never down my enemy. But I make this video because there's a lot of contradictory going on. And those who claim to be our elders but are not acting like elders. Your physical age have nothing to do with anything. Because there's young people here that's 15 years old, younger than me, who have souls that's older than me, that I consider my elder. And I'm not afraid to call them my elders. You have to let your pride go sometimes. Let's stop using the white man. You say the white man is the devil. You say the white man is a cracker. You say the white man oppressed us. But yet you're using the same frequency that he used, which is the word pseudoscience, against your own people. Make up your own damn words. And you can't say that it ain't the white man's word. It's English. It's the lowest frequency. So what chakras are you tapping into? It's sad that we have to look to other people below our elders to guide us. Because the elders are so in their pride that they don't want to say, okay, well, you know what? We didn't make it. So we're going to guide these young people into the jurisdiction of prosperity to be able to make sure that they make it to where we didn't make it. Or in the jurisdiction of where you didn't make it. It's not time to hate on each other. This is not entertainment. This is not WCW. We don't do this for entertainment. At least myself. I can speak on my behalf. I don't do this for entertainment. I've done more than any one of you elders out here in the last past week. And my queen know this. Haven't I, baby?
Yes.
5,000 homeschool curriculums a month sent to Africa, to the UK, to Europe, to our people in Europe. Huh? Mm-hmm. Battered women who need transportation to work, who can't afford transportation. Bus tickets paid. All of my donations is accounted for. I don't use mine on stupid stuff. So we got to get out of this entertainment. It's not about image. What 40 or 50-year-old person would get on social network and down children, young adults, who's trying to do better than they did? Not in the aspect of trying to be better than you, but trying to exceed the limit as far as the knowledge to the people. This is where you're supposed to pick up and say, you know what? This is where I come in to guide these youngins. I have no problem listening. But why do I have to read a white man's curriculum to be right? We still enslaved. We don't have to have the shackles on us no more. Why do I have to read why do I have to have a white man's degree in order to be credible in my spiritual knowledge and consciousness? Why? Answer that question. Because if you can't answer that question, you are the one that's pseudo. Where do you get the word pseudo from? Whose frequency are you using? We need to stop putting the testicles of other people in our mouth and learn how to speak for ourselves. Even if we are in opposition to our own people, stop using other people's testicles in our mouths. And fend for yourself. And it's not going to stop me from doing what I'm doing. I'll continue to be a pseudoscientist. I love it. If what you paint me as is the definition of what you paint me as, then I love being a pseudoscientist. Because it is the unknown that is more reality to that which is known. And what you know and what you are using is the tactics and defense of the fucking white man that you call the devil, that you say oppressed us. You can't say he oppressed us in one sense, but then you're using his frequency against your own people in another sense, which is his language. You enslaving your own people. If I don't like what a person is saying, I ain't got time to, it's just that. I don't have to agree with it. I'm not going to even contact the person because there's a reason for everything. I know people who came out and said some crazy stuff, but when you look at them now, they actually become better people because sometimes the artificial can make you want to become the reality. It can make you become the original. So let people be. I don't have nothing against no teachers out here. Do what you do because there's a concept to everything. There's a reason for everything. And for me to interfere with other people's teachings, I know that there is a cause and effect. I know that there is a laws of attraction. I don't know why that person's speaking or teaching the way that they're teaching. We need to grow up. Grow the hell up. If you don't want to be a part of it, move on. If you want to be a part of it, guys. But to sit there and to down one another shows that you are operating on the lowest of frequency. Our ancestors believed in extraterrestrials. Why don't you call them pseudo then? You can go to kemetic today and find bodies with heads of birds on it. That's extraterrestrial. What's the meaning of extraterrestrial? Something that's extra with a terrestrial component that's distinct from other people in that time. So if a man walked in here with an eagle's head in a man's body, he's extraterrestrial. That don't mean that he's better than me. He's just extraterrestrial. We're just humans. We didn't exist in this form forever. We didn't look like this 10,000 years ago. Our ancestors didn't only exist on the top of the earth. They exist in the oceans. And I defy anybody to prove me wrong. Stop being childish. If you want followers, just let me know. I don't have no problem with putting you under my wing. But let's stop downing each other. Elders, because y'all the ones who brought us to this Jesus Christ shit. And it was up to us to get out of it. You didn't build anything for us, so you don't have a right to tear us down. I don't care how young we may be. I don't care how old we may be. You don't have a right to tear us down. Your destiny is your destiny. Everybody else's destiny is their destiny. That's our problem. We always in each other's business and not worrying about ourselves and then wonder why we're in the condition that we're in. Our own kind is worse than those who are oppressing us. A black mind, a black face with a European mind is more dangerous than a European itself. And not to say that I agree with the European, but I got more Europeans inboxing me, telling me that the work that I'm saying is real. Sending me literature. Not that I'm accepting the literature, because I know how to think for myself. But that's a goddamn shame when you got the motherfucking European messaging you, giving you positive energy, and your own kind hating on you. It's a damn shame. It's time to grow the fuck up. And if you can't grow up, go into a nursing home or something. It's time to retire. If you don't want to help out our God, then it's time to retire. It's time to retire. The night is over with. The day is coming in. We've been in the night for too long. The day is coming in. The mind is changing. All of this philosophical frequencies that we're using against each other, such as pseudoscience, that right there, we need to put to rest because that's not our component. Our ancestors never spoke in that jurisdiction. They never called each other pseudoscientists, even though they never agreed with each other. Our ancestors weren't as perfect as we assume for them to be. They never agreed with everything that they said, but they didn't slander each other. So I need somebody to do this. For those who are saying that I'm pseudoscientist, speak for myself. I need you to go and find in history, his story, because that's what you're using, his story. Go and find in history where the Dogons communicated with the Nomos, the same people that you say is official. How come the Dogons are official, but what I'm saying can't be official? I communicate with the stars. Are we so psychologically enslaved that you don't believe that I can communicate with the stars, but the Dogons can do it then? Our ancestors never left. They're still here. They're still here inside of us. We can never die. It's time to grow up. And this is why we're being laughed at. Because we're the only ones begging for stuff that's already in us. We beg for justice. We beg for freedom. It's already here. Nobody should have to give you something. Because if they can give you something, they can take it back. I'm not here for nobody to follow me. I'm not the leader. This is my 100th time saying this. I'm not a leader, and I'm not here for nobody to follow me. Go and do your own research. Don't believe nothing that I say. If you don't like what I'm saying, move on. I don't see y'all on white people like that. But you can get on me. You can spend all your energy to put stuff together, make a flyer, and put me on it, and try to down me. But I don't see you doing that to the white people. So that tells me that you're a fucking agent. I can't put you in a jurisdiction of being nobody but an agent when you do that. Because if we have priorities, we make a list of priorities, for an example. So I'm going to take care of those who are the root of the oppression before I go for those who are blackface with a white man who is the second root of the oppression. So if I'm going to attack anybody, I'm going to attack the European first. I don't see you attacking the Europeans. What are you doing? Half of y'all, I don't even hear about many of y'all. You don't know what I do. You don't even know me. To those who feel like this video for them, I'm talking to you. I'm the type of person that if you got something to say to me, all of my events is posted. My UFO conference is October the 1st. If you're a real man, come see me face to face. Okay? Because if you can't, then that's pseudoscience. You're just talking. All right? So with that much said, Black Science TV 111, Osei Kufuor, I'm out. Peace.